How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a DIY video where I've actually made a bit of a discovery on my own car that was helped out with a bit of the community. This is a coolant barb. These are found on most engines. This is a metal coolant barb. This is how you're supposed to do it. Now behind me is my 2-liter turbocharged engine in my Volkswagen Golf GTI of the TSI family from Volkswagen. You'll note the annoyance cover is off the engine right now. That's because I've found out that Volkswagen, in their quest for weight savings, I hope, made a plastic fitting where something like this should go. It's plastic, and as it ages and deteriorates, an O-ring goes bad, or the plastic goes bad, or a mixture of both, and you'll start to lose coolant. So if you happen to have had issues with your Golf, losing coolant, but you can never seem to figure out where it is, give this video a watch and follow along, because this might be able to help you. Now, filming back here is quite hard, so bear with me. I have this nice light here to try to illuminate the area. You'll note way back here, right where my finger is right here, that there's a screw. And you'll think, huh, that's weird, it's probably holding something really important on. And in fact, it is holding a plastic version of this on. That screw goes through this part and is holding this down to the block. Now, I'm not 100% sure where this line is actually going. I just know that it's very important for return, as the line it attaches to returns to the coolant reservoir. Now, what I can say for certain is if it leaks, you'll never know because of this little guy right here. This is the hot side of your turbo, this is your downpipe, and this is your impeller section where boost is made. Anything that leaks from here is in this area where on average would be about 400 to 700 degrees if you're really pushing the car. So any coolant that's there is going to disappear pretty much instantly, which is why you wouldn't notice if there was coolant leaking from here, especially if it was just a little drip. So I was tipped off by a member of the MK7 group on Facebook. If you have one of these cars, I would highly recommend that you join that group. It is a perfect way to learn weird and obscure things about these cars that you might not have thought to even look for. Now we get to the part where I have to actually get this thing off.
Step 1 is to remove the bolt holding the coolant crossover pipe down. Next, you can remove the hose clamp that holds the transfer pipe to the actual barb. Once this hose is loose, it will leak coolant, so have a rag or a catch basin of some type ready. It's going to leak exactly like that, just like I said.
I don't know why that's
I can't believe you've done this.
What are you, new here or something? Final step in removal is to use hand tools to remove this bolt that holds the barb down. Please remember to use hand tools. This is an aluminum head and it will strip.
Alright, so from here I'm going to try to stick a screwdriver down there and just pry up on it a little. Hopefully without cracking anything.
Right, so now these are the coolant fittings. This is the one I just took off the car. You will note plastic with a very, very, very flat O-ring and a decent chunk missing out of it. Now, I noticed this when I was looking at it earlier that this had been missing. You can see there's a lot of oil residue down here too, so clearly it had been missing for a while. But I don't think that was why it was leaking. I think it was because of this very, very hard and very flat O-ring. The car's going on about 8 years old, 16, yeah, about 8 years old. So these things are starting to show their age, and really I was expecting it to be a crack around here somewhere, but that's definitely interesting. Now what we're replacing it with is this. This is a billet aluminum version of the same thing, less likely to crack, less likely to get brittle over time, over heat cycles, because as I said, that space back there is quite warm with the turbo sitting right next to it. And it also comes with a fresh O-ring, because if you're going to replace an O-ring, you might as well just upgrade. Or at least that's what I tell myself, so I feel less bad about wasting all this time.
From this point, reassembly is just everything we did to get it off, but in reverse. I'll save us all some time and time-lapse this. I believe you guys are smart enough to figure it out from here.
I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it is raining just a little bit, so please ignore that. But we are back from the test drive. The thing is working perfectly. There's no coolant lost. This thing feels fantastic. That did not add any power, just as I suspected, but it does mean that the car is a little bit more reliable. It means I'm more willing to do, random drives here and there. So with that fix working and another happy day in the Mark 7, let me know what you thought about this, if this is a fix that you're going to do, or if it's a fix you need to do. If you figured this out, please leave a comment down below and let me know how you got there and what your process was. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. Go check out another video, subscribe, do all that stuff. Maybe, go check out another Mark 7 video. Go check out the one where I put an exhaust on this car that made absolutely no difference. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. You all make this possible, and you all seem to keep coming back for views, so that's fantastic. But as always, peace out, everyone.